Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Like you guys have already seen from the title and thumbnail, and like I promised, I said I was gonna make a matching top, and I did. I made a matching top, and this is how it turned out. I I don't want to use the word I'm obsessed, because you guys know that's my word. That's the sentence I use all the time. But I am obsessed. This is how it turned out. I love, love, love it. I am so glad that I went for this freestyle top, so the skirt can actually has its own movement as well, because I feel like with this top you can definitely see the skirt and the fitted part and everything else just makes so much sense together. I absolutely love it. You guys can see that I used a double crochet stitch, and then the pattern itself, I wanted to just implement the same design around the skirt as well. You guys did see the upper part as this pattern and then the lower part as double crochet, so I wanted to do the same thing for the top, and that is exactly what I did. When it comes to the strap as well, I did the same kind of thing, but you guys know that's optional. I love the fact that I did switch between the double crochet and then this pattern for the strap, because I think it just completes the entire look and makes it look so good. I am super excited to show you guys how you can make this if you decide to make one for yourself. But let me know what you guys think, like in the description box below. How would you rate this outfit from 1 to 10, like the entire look? How would you rate the entire look from 1 to 10? I'm looking forward to you guys rating, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. So to get started, you're going to need your yarn. I am using this lightweight yarn I used for the skirt. So if you haven't seen the skirt, I'm going to link it somewhere around, and I'll also link it in the description box below. I'm going to be starting with a 3mm and later switching up to a bigger size, which you'll see later on in the video. You're going to need some scissors and some measurement tape as always. This is going to be to measure the length and to measure your upper bust area, which I'll show you guys how to do that in a bit. So I'm just going to take off my yarn, make a slip knot, and I'm going to chain in a multiple of 4, which is going to be 4 4 4 4 4. In my case, I think I ended up chaining about 70. In my case, I ended up chaining 72 plus 2, because the pattern is worked in multiple of 4 plus 2, and I ended up chaining 74 in total. But because we are doing this with a measurement, you want to just make sure you chain in multiple of 4 until you have your upper bust measurement, the half of your upper bust measurement, which is, again, for example, if your upper bust measurement is 30, you're going to divide that 30 by 2, which gives you 15, and you're just going to make a chain in multiple of 4 4 4 4 4 4 until you have a total of 15 inches again, and then you add 2 for additional chain, which is the additional chain. So I'm just going to repeat that, and I'll see you guys when I have that complete. So now that I have my multiple of 4, I'm going to go ahead. I did chain my additional 2, which gives me a total of 74 chains instead of 72. So we are going to now start with a double crochet row. For that, I'm going to chain an extra 1, and into the second chain I'm going to go with a double crochet. And a double crochet is basically yarning over, going into the second chain, grab the yarn and pull through. Now you have 3 loops. You're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. You have 2 more loops. You're going to yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. Again, a double crochet is worked with the yarn over, going to the next chain, grab the yarn and pull through 3 loops, grab the yarn and pull through the first 2, grab the yarn and pull through the last 2 loops. And that is what I'm going to go ahead and do. 1 double crochet into every chain until I get to the very end, and at the end I shall have a total of 74 double crochets. After the first row, this is what it should look like. You should have a just slit, double crochet row, and from here you're going to repeat this for a total of 8 rows, and that is going to be the base right before your bust, where you do the increasing for the rest of the pattern. So I'm just going to chain 1. Make sure you chain 1 at the beginning of each row, and I'm going to go into this very first double crochet right here with a double crochet. right above the previous row, and as well into each and every double crochet from the previous row. So this is going to just be the same pattern for row 2, and at the end of row 2 I'm going to chain 3, and again, like I said, I'm going to repeat this for a total of 8 rows. When I have my 8 rows complete, I'm going to come back and show you guys what the next step is, but for now this is just a double crochet row pattern. So I finished my 8 rows of double crochet. I'm going to take a length check so you have an idea of how long this is. This is about 3.5 inches, and now we are going to go ahead and do the increasing. If you did see the skirt tutorial, I'm going to do the same exact increase pattern that I used for the skirt tutorial, and I'm going to go ahead and switch to my 5mm for that. Again, like I did mention earlier, we are going to switch to a bigger size, so this is what we are going to use for the increasing. So for the next row, you're going to go ahead and chain 1 and turn, and right into this very first double crochet I'm going to go with 3 double crochets all into that very same stitch. 1, 2, 3. Into the next with 3 double crochets as well. 1, 2, 3. Into the next with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, which gives you 3 double crochet increase row, and then into the 4th you're just going to go with a single double crochet row. So you're basically going into the first 3 stitches with 3 double crochets each, and into that 4th stitch you're just going to go with 1 double crochet, and this is what you're going to repeat until you get to the very end of the row. So basically 3 double crochets into this very next stitch, an additional 3 double crochets into the next stitch, into the next with 3 double crochets, and lastly right after I'm going to go with 1 double crochet into that 4th stitch. So I'm going to repeat this and I'll see you guys at the very end. So coming to the very end, I have these. I just finished 3 sets of double crochet increase, so now I have 3 more stitches, sorry, before I end off the row. But I'm going to go into that next stitch with a double crochet, and because I only have 2 more stitches, I'm just going to go ahead and do 3 double crochets into the 2 stitches. Don't make it's not a big problem depending on how much you have. So if you have less than 3 stitches for the last set, don't worry about it, just go into that last 2 stitches with 3 double crochets each, and that is a increase row complete. So from now we are going to start the actual pattern, and to do that you're going to go ahead and go into this very first stitch with a single crochet. So I'm just going to go in there with a single crochet stitch, and right after I'm going to chain 3. After chaining 3, I'm going to go into that very same stitch again with 3 additional double crochet stitches, which means we have a single crochet, chain 3, and then 3 double crochets. Right after you're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th you're going to go with single crochet. After the single crochet you're going to chain 3 again and go into that same stitch with 3 additional double crochets. And right there, the second, from here on I'm going to go ahead and skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th I'm going to go with a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and additional 3 double crochets into that same stitch. And this is what you're going to repeat until you get to the very end of the row. So now I'm coming to the end of the row with the first row of the pattern, which is row 1 in this case. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and skip 3 stitches and go into that last stitch with a single crochet, chain 3, and then a double crochet. You should have a total of 4 stitches left. But if you don't have to panic. The only thing you have to do is probably just improvise and skip a stitch and go into that last stitch with the single crochet, chain 3, double crochet. So from here on, we're going to start row 2 by chaining 6, turn, and you're going to go into this. You're going to skip 3 stitches. So basically 1, 2, 3, which is the first 3 double crochets, and right in between this chain 3 and the first and the next double crochet, you're going to go with a single crochet stitch. Again, you're going to chain 3. From now, you're chaining 6, by the way. After the single crochet, you're going to chain 3, skip the first 3 stitches, and into the fourth, which is usually between chain 3 and the double crochet, you're going to go with the single crochet. Chain 3, skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth with a single crochet. Chain 3 and repeat this until you get to the very end of the row. Right here, I am coming to the end of row 2. So end of the row, I'm going to just chain 3 and go right in between this last chain 3 and double crochet to end of the row. And for the next row, which is going to be row 3, you're going to just go ahead and turn, and after turning, you're going to go into this very first stitch with a single crochet, chain 3, and 3 double crochets into that very same stitch. So we're basically repeating the same thing we did for row 1 for row 3. That's basically what we do, but this time we're working with chains instead of double crochet. So after that first set, you're going to go ahead and skip this chain 3 and go into this next single crochet stitch with a single crochet, and then right after, you're going to chain 3 again and repeat 3 additional double crochets into that same single crochet stitch. Right after, you're going to skip this next chain 3 space into the single crochet with a single crochet, chain 3 again, and repeat a double crochet, 3 double crochets into that same single crochet stitch. Right here, I'm coming to the end of row 3. I just wanted to show you guys how you can go ahead and end off the row. So after this last set, I have 6 double crochets that I did at the very beginning of row 2. So you're going to go into the 4th chain, 6th chain, sorry. So I'm going to go into the 4th chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to single crochet into that 4th chain to end of the row, and that's the end of row 3. And to get started with row 2, again, you're going to chain 6, turn, and single crochet in between. After skipping 3, single crochet in between the stitch, chain 3, single crochet in between the stitch, and you're going to just repeat row 2 and row 3, guys. Again, like I said, until you have your desired length, and I'll see you guys when I have my desired length, and I'll let you guys know how many I did for my own size and my own top. Hey guys, so this is what the first panel looks like. You're going to repeat the entire step for the opposite panel. I did a total of 10 sets of these. I don't know what these are called, to be honest. I got asked what the stitch is called. I have no idea. So I did 10 sets. Again, row 2 and row 3 is always a set. So I did a total of 10, and this is what it looks like now. I'm just going to repeat the same exact step for me to get the opposite panel, and I'll see you guys when I have both sides complete. So hey guys, I just finished both panels. So now I'm just going to go ahead and attach these two together. So first, I'm just going to align the 2 panels. I did leave a huge amount of yarn on the edge just so I don't have to use another yarn to attach the 2 sides. Well, I'm just sending that off. Single crochet each side together. I'm just going to grab a stitch on this side, grab a stitch on the opposite side, and single crochet. And to do that, I'm going to use the 3mm for that, because then the stitches are going to be tighter, which is going to make them more firm. So again, I'm just going to go into each stitch with a single crochet across, one after the other until I get to the very top. And whatever I do on the side, I'm going to do on the opposite side as well. I finished this 2 panels. I'm just going to turn this to the right side because now I need to actually decide where I want the straps to be, because this is going to be a strap from the front attached to the back, so there's no special technique to this. You're just going to decide where you want the front panel to be. In about 9 inches on both sides, what I'm going to do is I am going to fold the panel into 2 and divide that 9 inches by 2, which is going to give me about 4.5 inches. So from this side, from the folded side inwards, it's going to be 4.5, which leaves me around this area, which means this stitch is going to be where I do my first strap. I lost the stitch. So from the folded side, I'm going to mark 4.5 inches inside. So this is going to be where I do my strap. I'm just marking with this yarn because I'm too lazy to get up and get a stitch marker, an actual stitch marker. And then of course from the folded side as well, when you turn, you're going to mark the 4.5 inches because that is going to be the second side where your stitch marker is. Guys, I'll just say use your bra strap as an example or as a sample, and that's how you get the perfect strap fit, because your bra, obviously a good bra obviously that you like, is just going to give you a free sample for you to use. So you're going to just turn this over, and now I know my strap basically has to start right there. Depending on how wide I want my strap to be, I'm going to go inwards instead of going outside, because if you go outside then the straps are going to be falling off your shoulders, but if you go inwards you're safe. So I'm just going to grab the yarn, take off the first stitch marker because I'm going to start from this side, and I'm going to go ahead and make a slip knot. After making a slip knot, I'm going to go ahead and chain 1, and right into this very first stitch I'm going to go with a single crochet, chain 3 and 3 double crochets all into that very first stitch. And from there I'm going to chain 3. No, I'm not chaining 3, sorry. From there I'm not chaining 3, I'm just going to skip 3 double crochets. So I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th I'm going to go again with a single crochet, chain 3 and 3 double crochets into that same stitch. And guys, this is going to leave me with a strap that looks like this pattern. I did not want to go for a double crochet strap because I think it's too basic. So let's see how this will turn out. I'm just going to do a few more. So I'm only doing 2 of these, right? So right after I'm going to turn, and from here I'm going to chain 6, 5, 6, and into this I'm going to go with my single crochet, chain 3 instead of 6 now, and into this last one with my single crochet. From there on you're going to turn, and into this very first stitch you're going to go with a single crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochets all into that same single crochet, keep this chain 3 space, and I'm going to go into the single crochet with a single crochet, chain 3, 3 more double crochets into that same stitch, and to end up the row I'm going to go into this 6 set of double of chains. Into the 4th I'm going to go in there with a single crochet. And guys, this is what the strap is going to look like. I think it's way more unique compared to using a double crochet for the strap. So I'm just going to repeat row 3 and row 2 and row 3. So I'm going to chain 6, turn, go into this with a single crochet, chain 3, and into this with a single crochet, turn, a single crochet into this very first stitch, chain 3 double crochets, a single crochet into this next single crochet, chain 3, and 3 double crochets as well. And into this chain 6 I'm going to go into the 4th with a single crochet, and this is what I'm going to repeat until the strap is wide enough to fall on the opposite side. And I think I'm going to eventually have to add an elastic band around this part. Again, if you use your exact measurements, you don't have to go through that. But also I feel like even if you use your exact measurement, after a few wears of this top, you're probably going to get it to widen up more. So I would suggest you use an elastic band for this side as well, so you can easily get into it and out of it. Hey guys, so I just finished, I did a total of 15 sets. Again, row 2 and row 3 is 1 set in total, and this first one we did is part of the 18, so 15, sorry. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 in total. This can be longer. I don't know how long you'd want yours to be, but I think this length is fine because I don't want this to go too long. So currently it's about 12 inches. I think that's perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach that to the side, to the back, sorry, to the back of the panel, so I can have my strap, this one strap complete. And to do that, it's easy. You're just going to just make sure the panel is laying flat, and then you're just going to lay the opposite side of the strap flat, and you're going to just single crochet that to the side. Again, you probably need to turn this to the opposite side so the seam will be where the seam is supposed to be. Hope that makes sense. But right here that I can now lay this flat again, making sure everything is flat so I don't have the seam where I don't want the seam to be. So I'm just going to go into that loop with the strap laying flat. I'm just going to eye mark and start single crocheting the strap on the side. So right there I'm just going to wrap the yarn, pull through, go into the next stitch, go into the next stitch on the top, and single crochet. You're just going to do this stitch after stitch until you have the entire strap single crocheted, so the back of the top. And when you get to this chain 3, you're just going to find that top chain. Make sure you find both loops, and you're just going to single crochet that as well. And right after the chain 3, you're going to go into this next set and single crochet that as well. And right after, I just like to chain and then cut off the yarn. And guys, right there I have my first strap complete. For this next strap, I'm going to just go ahead and do a double crochet strap instead of this strap, because I think that it just makes it different instead of using the same pattern. But of course, you guys know whatever I do, I always tell you guys it's optional. You can just use the same strap pattern for this. I think it would look good. I just want it to look different, so I'm going to use a double crochet. And for how many row stitches you probably need to do, it's going to be about 8, because I did 2 sets, 2 of these, and then you know the pattern is worked in multiple of 4, which means it's going to leave you with a total of 8 stitches. So again, I'm going to just attach the yarn where I marked my marked area. Make a knot. And I'm going to just go ahead and double crochet into the first 8 stitches. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 1, and into this very first stitch again I'm going to go with a double crochet, and into the next with a double crochet, into the next with a double crochet, until I have a total of 8 stitches. What I'm going to do is just chain 1 and turn, and into this first double crochet with a double crochet, into the second with a double crochet, and I'm just going to repeat 1 double crochet like this until I get to the very end. And then when I get to the end, I'm just going to chain 1 and repeat this until this strap is the same length as the opposite strap. Like you guys see, the opposite strap is about 12 inches, so I'm just going to make this strap again about 12 inches, and I'm going to use the same method I used to attach the strap to the back. And then at that point it's actually complete. I might, again, like I said, add an elastic band to this, but that is optional, because if it's fitted, then you don't have to do that now. You can just do that later on, if eventually, depending on the yarn or depending on your tension, your pattern gets bigger, then you can do that in the future. But I did put mine on, and then I think I have to do an elastic band just so I can have it the way I want it to be, fitted. And it's just easier for me to just get in and out of it with an elastic band to it. This is what I'm going to repeat until I have 12 inches. Guys, I hope you guys see the vision. I think it looks really good with the different strap. I love it. So I'm just going to repeat that, and then I'll see you guys when everything is complete. Well, you guys have already seen the final result, but this is what I'm going to repeat, and I love this top so much. If you haven't seen, I think I'm going to make a dress version. Let me know if you guys want me to make a dress with this pattern. If you haven't seen the skirts tutorial, don't hesitate to just check that out on my YouTube. I'm also going to link it down in the description box below, so you can just make yourself a set like we are going to do. And I'm super excited to have these 2 pieces on. So I'm going to go to a festival this weekend, sorry, and I'm so excited to put this on and just show the world what I made. I'm in love. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.
I could blame it on your lips, your touch, your kiss, you know, real traditional. But your love's too original. You were anything but conventional. Baby, did you know that